Podcast is intended for mature audiences. The views and opinions expressed are those of the panelists and do not reflect in any way those of the podcast partners, sponsors, or affiliates. Enjoy.
Hi, this is Michael Buffer, and you're listening to the voice of the people. Let's get ready for Boxing Voice.
BoxingVoice.com. All the guys want, I want what Mayweather got. I want what Mayweather got. You didn't bust your ass like Mayweather. I was trying to fight every fighter. I sacrificed a lot to get to where I got you.
What do you bring to the table?
Let's get this on. Let's do it. Well, it's like this. Wait.
All right, that's it. Hold on. Bernard, everybody calm down.
Man, you know how these bitches is in the sport. Total disrespect. Kid has no class, no style at all. I sacrificed a lot. BoxingVoice.com.
Yeah. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of the Boxing Voice Radio. I am back. If you don't know, now you know. TBV is back. We are back. Vacation is over. We cleared the minds. We're back to talking boxing. Hopefully you've been rocking out with us. We were doing a lot of work on Patreon. We had a bunch of episodes to get people all caught up. But now we're here to discuss this weekend's recap. I mean, a lot of fights to talk about. Not too many, but I guess possibilities to discuss, as well as big headlines that are out here that we also need to be talking about. We have a little Anthony Joshua headlines. Is he going to be stripped of that IBF title? Then we obviously have to cover Adonis Stevenson and his I don't know, what do we call it? Was it did he demolish Fonfara in a couple of rounds? And Miguel Cotto and Oscar De La Hoya claiming to have something big in the works for Cotto. And speaking of big, I mean, Adrien Broner versus Mikey Garcia. So big, we have to keep talking about it because Mikey made it official. In his words, after he beats Broner, he's going back down to 135. And we got a bunch of other headlines to talk about. Wladimir Alvarez defeated John Pascal. We also have, Deontay Wilder responding and calling Johnny Nelson of Sky Sports a liar. Or Box Nation. He's Sky Sports. Calling him a liar, saying he's full of shit, and there's no way he was knocked out in Wilder sparring. We'll get all into that and give you all the details, but first, we got a panelist, a host here that we're going to have to chop these topics up with. But you know the number, 1-425-569-5241. Press 1 time, or be like my friends out in Australia and call us internationally by adding Nestor Gibbs. That's NESTORGI. BBS. Let's head on over to the Golden State.
DiBiase production.
This is a beautiful performance against a very tough guy in Michael Johnson. How do you feel about it?
Fuck yeah. Conor McGregor.
BoxingVoice.com.
You know me, Larry. From a wicked entrance, from a flip over the rock into a knockout. When here the main thing is, I just hope the guy. I wish.
BoxingVoice.com.
Yes, the hipsters here. Haters beware. Anthony Joshua may be stripped by the IBF. IBF having similar situations with guys like Julius Ndongo, Sergey Lipinets. So that's an interesting topic. Can't wait to delve into it because I love to talk about these sanctioning bodies. And obviously we had Adonis Stevenson versus Andrzej Fonfara this last weekend, or yesterday, I should say. Wladimir Alvarez beating John Pascal. And plus we had Wenhan Manothan, the WBC strawweight champion of the world, defending his title again, going 47-0 now. Approaching that 49-0. No one's talking about it. I might talk about it. So just saying, something to see. And then obviously we have tons of topics to get into. So can't wait to chop it up.
That's right, man. And we got somebody we haven't had in a while. So we're going to get right out to him in the Garden State.
What's up, man? Yeah, I just want to say I said fight two.
Stay focused. Stay working my day.
I said fight two.
Boxing Voice.
If he comes to fight, then I'm going to do it for him, man.
I said fight two.
I think you're accurate.
Yes, the casual fan is here. Haters beware, as Matt likes to say. So, my favorite news: the free agent Mikey Garcia snatching up that opportunity to move up and face Adrien Broner. I'm trying to figure out, does he think that it's low risk and big reward or some shit like that? Because it's kind of cocky to say, right? Second favorite news, of course, is Miguel Cotto big fight plans for December through Golden Boys De La Hoya and Bloodbath Cotto ready to go to war. Is that true? Is that the mode we're gonna see? And then someone in the chat, because I was wondering like who in December if Canelo is gonna be fresh off that Triple G fight in November. Is it Cotto Khan? Smart De La Hoya. So yeah, make sure you use that phone number 425-569-5241. I am TBV Casual Fan.
Cash Maj, what's up, bro?
Cash Weezy.
Cash Weezy, right? You know, for all those that don't know what Cash Weezy is, as you can see, Casual, I mean, from his Instagram, from our Instagram, from our videos, Casual is definitely the fashion forward of the bunch. It keeps us in line. And he started his own venture with boxing apparel. So make sure you check him out on Patreon. So that you can get yourself a Cash Weezy line shirt every month before it drops, because it will be the only way to get it. And some of them are definitely exclusive. I cannot lie. Some are my favorite. I'm still waiting for my hoodies, guys. I will say that he's just like those. I don't even know what those expensive Kanye sneakers are called, but he's just like that. Everything is on back order because it's so exclusive.
He has those sneakers. Just saying.
No, of course he has them, but what I'm saying is his orders, his shirts. Like if you try to put it in the order, I'm still waiting for my hoodies. It's been almost a year. I'm just saying. Boxing, bro. Anthony Joshua, man. Talking about waiting. Kurbrat Pulev, he's waiting. And Matt, it doesn't seem like he's going anywhere. It looks like he's gonna stick around a la Earl Spence and wait it out. We were giving the IBF a bit of stick yesterday for some of the stuff that they're doing, but what we know they do well is mandate those mandatories. And we know they strip. They strip Tyson Fury when he won the belts from Wladimir Klitschko. They didn't even get an opportunity to defend them and then strip him. They stripped him immediately from winning and deciding to rematch Wladimir. They took that. So, I mean, Joshua has actually defended it a couple of times, you know, and they've gotten a couple of sanction and fees for those wins. I don't understand. In the grand scheme of things, do you think that they would actually strip him? Or is Joshua, who, you know, obviously wants to become this billionaire boxer, too much of a market? Sort of like Canelo over here, and the IBF just won't let him go. I mean, obviously it's a bigger sanction and fee from a purse coming from, you know, guys that are making $20 million per fight versus whatever the hell Fury made.
My opinion is that any sort of authoritative entity likes to show off its authority. Sanctioning bodies, you know, aren't excluded from that. They like to show off that they're in control of these belts, they're in control of these rankings, that they're the ones that control the sport, that they like to flex those muscles from time to time. And this is how they do it, especially the IBF. Though, like you said, Anthony Joshua is such a big star now. He's such a big name. You know, he is arguably worldwide maybe the biggest name in boxing. You can make that argument. So there's a part of me that says the IBF will not risk losing the sanctioning fee they're going to get from Anthony Joshua by stripping him. But yet their track record has showed that they have not cared about that they have stripped everyone pretty much. And so I don't know if Anthony Joshua is going to be saved from the IBF's sort of guillotine here. I know Eddie Hearn has put in exemptions to the IBF. I know the IBF has their convention, I think this last week or this week, I believe. So hopefully there's some sort of resolution quickly. But Pulev is not taking step-aside money. He is not allowing himself to not get that shot. The WBA has already allowed the exemption, so Luis Ortiz will not get the shot. Obviously, Luis Ortiz will not fight for that belt anytime soon. It seems like Pulev is going to try a little bit harder. So I don't know where it's going to go. I don't know if the IBF is going to strip him. I just think that the IBF has a history of stripping people. So I would not be surprised if that's what happens.
Cash, as our resident casual fan here, If Anthony Joshua walked into a Wladimir Klitschko rematch without that red IBF belt, does it matter to you?
That's funny because in the beginning, I had no opinion of the IBF sanctioning body. But when I heard Matt speak just now, I was saying to myself, why would the IBF risk a name boasting their belt, you know, putting their belt up in the air when he's victorious or entering the ring in front of millions? So I actually don't care, but the jury always makes the rapper look better. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, of course. IBF, shame on you, man. Don't strip the man. You know, give the man his plan. Go into the plan. You know, compromise. Those are my opinions. But actually, I don't care if he had no IBF belt. I would still tune in regardless. But of course, like I mentioned, it looks better with it.
And very quickly, I just want to say that we want undisputed champions. There's a reason why we want Julius Ndongo versus Terrence Crawford if the IBF doesn't strip Julius Ndongo, because we want undisputed champions. There's a reason we were so happy when Tyson Fury beat Wladimir Klitschko and all that was left was Wilder. It's because we were so close to undisputed champion. There's a reason why we want Triple G versus Billy Joe Saunders, because we want an undisputed single champion in division, which is so rare in the last 30, 40 years. You know, to strip a guy and make more of an alphabet soup or the heavyweight division, I think that would be a travesty to where this division is going, because this division is heating up and it is going towards a dominant single champion. It is on that way.
I got a question. Yesterday's fight, Fonfara versus Stevenson, what belt was on the line?
WBC.
Okay, that's the green belt. Did we even know that? I mean, I didn't really know that until I saw him walk down the ring. I was like, oh, this is a championship fight. He has the WBC fight, the title. But I still tuned in. I'm just telling you.
Titles never matter. Titles never matter.
Titles don't matter. I don't know what the sanctioning bodies do for the actual fight. Do they pay for everything? Like, what are they paying for? Like, what are they in charge of?
The rankings and the belt.
The rankings and the belt. All right, so they're ranking Anthony Joshua, yes?
Yes, he's the champion.
Okay, so there's no respect. They're like, yo, I'm gonna strip you if you don't.
They did Tyson Fury. They're rumored to do it to Julius Ndongo.
It's different. It's different again. First of all, Pulev, I mean, he's standing firm, obviously. Him and Kelly Sullivan, his promoter. But Eddie Hearn and Matchroom, they've already asked for an exemption from the IBF, and we do see what sort of relationship Eddie Hearn and Matchroom has had with the IBF. Remember Kelbrook? Man, that was Steven Seagal under siege for sure, that IBF title over there across the pound for some time now. And in this particular instance, it's really up to the approval of the IBF. Kelly Sullivan has already said that he is opposed to it because he's got to do what's right for Pulev, and that's understandable. Pulev, you know, he's got to get a payday, and if you're his promoter or manager, you're trying to navigate him safely as possible to the biggest fight. But they've already also been quoted in the media, and I mean, look, I could read you the quote verbatim, or I could paraphrase, and they're okay if this fight is allowed to happen by the IBF because they're confident that they will get the winner. The winner, which was Joshua in the past, was offered to him as a voluntary. He turned it down, Matt, because he knew that the negotiations stronger as a mandatory challenger. The percentage, at least, would be better, and he would get more opposed to just being an opponent for a voluntary defense. So, it seems like not that they're gonna lay down, but I mean, they're obviously being realistic and understanding that the ultimate decision comes from the IBF, and Joshua's a franchise. I just don't see the IBF doing what they did to Fury. Not in this one. We're talking about 90,000. We're talking about all the millions that is sold overseas, all the views, you've seen the memes and the headlines that this fight generated. It would be like Casual already mentioned, asinine of any sanctioning body to pull out and not be part of this. If the Boxing Voice could throw a fucking belt on Joshua, we would do it. Okay, so please, they would be silly. Moving on to yesterday's, I guess, main event. Adonis Superman Steven in the light heavyweight division, 175 pounds, took on contender Andrzej Fonfara, known from Polish descent. I mean, what do the hardcore fans know about him that he didn't really belong in the ring last night? And Adonis showed that. So I'm not going to criticize too much because we've already said we didn't want this fight. We already understood that Joe Smith should have at least been in this fight. And I'm not going to, like stay hung up on it, Matt or Cash, simply because we look at these in-between fights and this is what we want the A side to do. Take care of business. Because if you start to go rounds with these guys and you look bad, it becomes worse. So at least he took him out of there. He did look vulnerable, though, guys. I'll throw that out there. I'll say, even though, initially anyone could think that he looked dominant, he was a little left hand happy. He's starting to look like a one-handed. I mean, it was like 7 or 8, maybe 9.
Looked like a one-handed puncher or boxer.
Well, I mean, I just want to make note of it. I mean, a 9-punch left hand combo, like it's not even a combination if it's the same hand. I don't understand what the hell he was doing. But I mean, outside of that, can you I'm being a pessimist by criticizing a knockout in maybe the second round?
It was the second round.
I mean, yeah, you know what I mean? I'm trying to find something to criticize other than the fact that we already didn't want this one.
Look, was he throwing amazing combinations and showing his amazing boxing skill? No, because he didn't respect Fonfara. Neither did the fans in this fight or this bout or this matchup. So he went out there, didn't respect Fonfara.
I wouldn't say that, man. I respected Fonfara.
Nobody respected this fight. Okay.
Him in the first fight. You can't say he didn't respect.
Nobody respected this fight.
Yes, the fight, yes.
That's what I'm trying to say. That's what I'm trying to say. That nobody thought that Fonfara deserved this fight, so nobody respected this fight. And that's what Stevenson did. He went out there and showed that he is levels and levels above this guy, gave Fonfara no respect, and beat him up. And all he needed was his left hand. That's all he needed. So you utilize that. So I don't think we should fault anyone for making a showcase into a showcase. That's what you're supposed to do in those sorts of fights. Now, what I want or what I'm demanding is him fighting a top-level competition or one that's actually in their prime, maybe. Fonfara at a time, I would say, was a very respectable opponent. I would say the first fight between the two was a respectable fight. This rematch was not. Joe Smith Jr. versus Solon Barrera winner is respectable. Alvarez is respectable. Or the winner of Ward Kovalev too. That's it. Nothing else will get the respect from the fans. Or their fans are going to think it's a good fight. He needs to fight one of those 4 options. And that's it.
Cash, you didn't even bother being home for this one. As a casual fan, this was not on your radar. So I guess you fall under the Matt category of fight fans did not respect this one. What was it about this one that didn't make you stay home?
Well, on Thursday I was on Mixed Combat Radio with Matt, and he asked me a question about the fight. We were doing our little predictions, and I didn't know whether to give Fonfara an edge or Stevenson an edge. I mean, every tweet, every Instagram post was easy predicted, and I know very little of Stevenson. They were saying the left hand viciously will put him down. So this morning when I woke up and turned my DVR on to watch that fight, of course the left hand put Fonfara down. So I don't want to say it was a disrespect to the fight. I just thought that I knew who was going to win, and I had other things to do.
No, totally hear you, man. Just one that was under the radar now. Names and options for Adonis. He is in the same category and weight division as Ward and Kovalev. Those are names but they're obviously busy with each other. What would you like to see Adonis do next?
Ooh, the winner of that fight, Joe Smith Jr. I just think that Adonis Stevenson, and I don't know his division offhand or to say who's a killer on his resume or who is equal to any of the names mentioned. But yeah, those 3 fighters that I know, I would like to see that. He already has a loss, which means I don't know if that was too early in his career or there's a blueprint to defeat him. So we know that Ward is a hell of a smart technical fighter. We know that Kovalev comes in to kill, which Fonfara looked like he was trying to do. And we know Joe Smith has patience and is a winner. So any of those 3 names, definitely want to see him fight.
All right. What about this guy, Wladimir Alvarez? You ever heard of him?
Did you even see the fight?
I started to watch that. That was the fight I saw last night. He was Colombian. I was falling asleep. He had the Indian permed out here. Yo,
I mentioned that perm on the live fight chat, yo. I swear, yo. And Matt's talking about, nah, his hair look good. I'm like, yo, watch that shit not even move all fight.
It moved.
I was wondering if it was waxed or something.
That shit looked like a little chia on his head.
He had it laid flat. But
yo, it's like he had Pepe Le Pew on top of his shit.
He was Pepe Le Pew. He came.
So you saying he stuck the joint out?
He polished up Jean Pascal, you know what I'm saying?
He did. He gave him a little shellacking a little bit. It was because he could have did better though, Cash, if he was stuck busy on that jab.
I don't know if he would look like that against Stevenson though.
So that definitely you don't want to see.
I wouldn't mind it. I would tune in, or I would DVR it and watch it the next day or late night.
What about the winner of Marcus Brown versus Johnny Monahan?
Yo! I think Kaz just came up with our rating system on fucking live on air. We need a rating system. We need to tell people like Mikey Garcia, Adrien Broner. He said, well, not for that fight, he didn't say, but for the last fight, he just said, I'll DVR it. That should be our rating system.
Yeah, I'll DVR.
There's a ton of
fights. Yo, this is a like, I guess the pinnacle for boxing fans would be live fight party, right? So boom, it's like, yo, Broner Garcia, TBV rating system. If you never heard the rating system, you know
fight party worthy.
That's
not fight party worthy.
Is that? I'm just saying that's the top of the rating system. Fight party worthy,
right?
So, like Cash said, somewhere on the lower end before like don't watch it at all, you got DVR it. That's that's like, I don't know what, like 3rd level right there. You know what I'm saying? If you're going 1 through 4, 4 being fucking snooze fest, don't watch that shit. 3rd level is DVR because it ain't worth watching live. Then obviously, 2nd level is yo, watch it live. And then 1st level is B. You got to have people over because this is a real fight. That's the rating system right there. That was dope, Cash. You see, he's oozing creativity. This is Cash Weezy. He don't even know when he comes up with this stuff.
Nah, but in real life, you hear Stevenson fighting Fonfara, you're like, oh, okay. And you look it up, and then a hardcore be like, oh, the rematch. I know who's gonna win. And then someone like subpar of hardcore would say, oh, they fought before. Fonfara got beat up afterwards. Oh, okay, he won this other fight. I don't really care.
DVR it.
DVR it. But
all right. So look, we're gonna that's the system moving forward. We're gonna go straight into
Adrien Broner gets announced with Mikey Garcia.
Yeah, but not yet. First, we got to go to your man. You know what I'm saying? Your peoples.
Go to him.
Who's your peoples?
I don't know.
Stop playing.
You just interrupted.
Come on, you rep the flag. Come on, we all know.
Man, you know who's your peoples.
It's the guy right above Danny Garcia for you.
Keith Thurman.
Ooh,
Miguel Cotto.
I like that. I like that you putting him down though. That's part of the rating since he's DVR worthy now.
Garcia fight.
So Miguel Cotto's rumored big fight December. You were saying, let's throw some names around and get to the next topic. Who's this big fight that Oscar could produce? My first name in the hat for December, if Kell Brook's orbital bone is fake.
Ooh, I like. Hold on.
If it's fake, if it's not truly broken, maybe Kell Brook, Miguel Cotto, 154. That's a fight. And look, it would be brave of Kell Brook too, coming right off this Earl fight. It gives him what though? He's got enough time to be ready by December. Just
Especially if it isn't broken.
That is going to be my name in the hat.
Cash Weezy, here's your name.
Cash Weezy,
I'm gonna go like this because he's partnering with Golden Boy, and De La Hoya is definitely a marquee name matcher. If that makes sense. But I was scratching my head too, like, damn, who would be his opponent in December? And then someone in the live chat was like, Khan, and I'm like, ooh.
Khan, really?
Khan, yeah, but I like the name. I like Brook.
Yo, but you see, that's why he's our resident casual fan. A casual fan would mention Khan. He's been in there with Cotto, blah, 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 blah. Matt, what name are you tossing in the hat, buddy?
Obviously, it's really depending on who wins between Triple G and Canelo. I mean, let's be honest.
What?
But since we're all sort of going outside the box names, there's a theme to these names.
Wait. We're talking about December.
Exactly. And depending on who wins between Triple G and Canelo.
You think Canelo beats Triple G and he's going to come back and fight fucking Cotto?
The articles make it sound that way, but not in December.
Dude, come on, man. Like, you don't think that money wait. You don't think that if Cotto looks bad against Kamagai, which is very possible, that Canelo coming off a loss with Triple G will go take a money fight with Cotto that would instantly
okay. Loss is different.
Yes,
but win.
Yes.
And even if he takes a loss in September, he's not gonna be ready for December. You're fucking insane.
Maybe I am, but anyways, I think it's dependent on that. I really do. Anyways, throwing out other names, I think there's only really one name that really wants a big fight that seems to be around the weight of Miguel Cotto, and that's Timothy Bradley.
Right.
If Timothy Bradley wants a big fight, he's looking pretty big. He can make 154 pretty easily. Both guys are, Miguel Cotto is without a doubt a Hall of Famer. Timothy Bradley is arguable, but I think he will get into the Hall of Fame. So we're looking at two future Hall of Famers potentially fighting past their primes. It's a pretty even fight, and that could be big, and that could be pay-per-view worthy in Miguel Cotto's mind and in Oscar's mind, because both Timothy Bradley and Miguel Cotto have headlined multiple pay-per-views before and done, relatively well.
I like that name too. All three names: Brook, Khan, or Bradley.
There's like some other guys, like obviously like a Marquez is out there, and he keeps throwing his name in the hat, but I don't know if he's even dedicated anymore.
On the scale of pay-per-view worthy fight party, that's like below fight party, I think.
Are there any Miguel Cotto fights that are reasonable in December that are fight party worthy?
Brooke.
Is that a fight party worthy fight?
I mean, fight party? No. It's not a fight party.
UK it is, but not. I don't know about the US.
It's not a fight party, but you know what it is? I love this new rating system. Holy shit, we finally got it. It took us years. But it is live. It is a live fight. I would watch Brooke.
Oh, of course.
Definitely a live fight.
Unfortunately, for Brooke, he's probably going to be the underdog because the Triple G loss, now this loss, back to back. The questionable second orbital bone breakage, whatever. I mean, I don't know. I think he'll be the underdog. So I don't know if maybe Cotto doesn't get the credit deserved, but even for as long as it lasted, listen, Brooke was looking strong in that Earl fight. Maybe not having to suck down, he becomes, that fighter that a lot of UK fans believed he was at the welterweight division before moving up to fight Triple G and, breaking that over the bone. But Miguel Cotto versus Khan. I mean,
poor Khan.
All right, and listen, we got to make a disclaimer. We're gonna get all this recorded too and play it, but we got to get a disclaimer, right? Because as hosts, we're always gonna watch the fight live.
Yes.
So, when we rate, we're rating as fans. I would hope you are. So Cotto versus Brooke, I'd watch live. I guess Cotto, and I'm only mentioning it because Matt lives in that world, and you know what? I'm optimistic, so I'll live in, what is it? Where was Peter Pan from?
Neverland.
Neverland. I'll live in Neverland too, and say that if Cotto Canelo happens in December, that's a fight party. And even Khan, all right, as a fan, damn, I don't know. I mean, am I a fan myself, like this particular fan? Because I'm a hardcore. I would watch Cotto Khan live.
Yeah, you as a fan, if you didn't have this show and you were just a fan of boxing.
Yeah, I would still watch Cotto Khan.
Time out. Here's how you break it down.
Wait, hold on. Pay-per-view though. We didn't even talk about that. It's probably gonna be pay-per-view.
No, because pay-per-view, that doesn't matter to us. See, you're so, and it's okay. Come to the fight.
Thinking as a fan, that I'll be honest, a Cotto Khan fight that was on pay-per-view, I'm waiting to find out on YouTube.
All right, I understand what you're saying, that it can change whether or not you watch it live or not if it's pay-per-view. But again, it's our rating system. It's not really about pay-per-view, because that's gonna throw a curveball into everything. Because then we have to wait to rate. Just to be honest, we have to wait to rate to see what's pay-per-view. I mean, look at poor Kovalev and Ward. Like,
well, then let's assume this is on HBO, like some other Cotto's fights recently, like the Daniel Gill fight, for example, that was on HBO. Let's assume this is on HBO.
Yeah, and
be optimistic.
And we stick to the rating system. So we had Khan. What was the last one? Am I missing one? So we can move
Bradley.
Bradley. I don't think that could happen. That's
really?
Top Rank. I mean, it's Top Rank.
What do you mean? Oscar works with Top Rank.
Yeah, but what does? I guess, yeah. What? I don't know. What does Bob gain? He had so many opportunities to make that when Cotto was working with him, and it didn't happen. I wonder why. But let's not stay stuck on that. Let's let our listeners and callers actually give us some feedback on that. Listen, I want you guys to never forget to mash that thumbs up button. You got to act Jamaican. Mash it up, make it blue. If it's not blue, it ain't right, because we need it blue so that we can obviously spread the word, let people know that we're here. So hitting that thumbs up button is a plus. It's letting us know that you're happy that we're here. I mean, if you missed the show for that whole week, hit that thumbs up button. Let us know. All right. So
wait. Right. The rating system is fight party worthy, if they're gonna get into that. Live fight, like watch it live fight, and your friend comes and you say, yeah, bring some beers. We're live.
No. Hold, you changing thing. Now live fighters bring your friends. That's a fight party. Once you
fight party is you order the tacos, you order the pizza.
No. Once you start inviting friends, it's a fight party, because everybody don't got a lot of friends. So maybe you got 3 people. That's your fight party. Fuck that. No, watch it live as you sitting there. You make sure 9 o'clock start. You there. Click, turn on.
Okay, cool, true.
DVR
right.
is DVR. Like DVR is like, nah, babe. Let's go watch Wonder Woman. Fuck Fonfara versus Stevenson.
I see that when we get back home.
You know what I'm saying? And then fight party is like, hell no, babe. Anniversary. Fuck out of here. Cotto versus Mayweather fighting. You know what I'm saying? That's how it's going down.
Yep, good one.
So that was a good one. All right, so Mikey Garcia, Adrien Broner. Casual, I got to go to you first, because I feel like this is a fight party to you.
It's a live fight. It's like I would go to the arena to see this fight if it's in my town.
Oh,
yeah. So
wow, that's kind of a different element. That's kind of a different element in the rating system, but we're gonna stay away from that. But that is true. Some fights, there are some fights out there that you just say, yo, I gotta be at this one live.
Triple G Canelo.
Not just watch it live. I gotta be there live.
I want to be there and DVR. Come home and watch it again.
Damn, that's a super dupe. That is the pinnacle of success. If you go to it live and DVR it to come back home and watch it. But I think that fight party, right? Since that is the pinnacle, and going to the fight, you're spending money to actually go to the fight. I think those are the same. Those are the same in terms of our rating system. What do you think?
I think I agree with that, because you plan that night. You're like, yo,
yeah, you're planning it out. You're having friends, or you're going to the fight with friends.
I'm gonna wear this. We're gonna go afterwards to this.
I told you, Cash Weezy, you better get it on his Patreon. I'm telling you, it's coming. I mean, this ain't it, because I told you, I thought I was somebody in the company. I'm no one. But he's got an Army Fatigue one too. But all right, so Cash, it's a live fight for you. Matt, what about you? Broner Garcia. Ratings?
Well, I mean, I'm on the West Coast with some like TBV West Coast homies. So like, if I'm not working that night, which I'm going to be, so it can't be a fight party. It would be a fight party for me. I would go hang out with Info Joe, JP, Santiago, Ferngoli, maybe some other people too, because this is actually a pretty big fight, and people know Broner. People know Mikey Garcia here, especially in LA. So it means a little bit more in this town, I would say, than maybe some others. So this is a fight party worthy fight, I would say, especially in LA.
You know, credit to Steven Espinoza. This was rumored. I mean, we did a rumor show on this, and a couple of people laughed because of the sources, right? I mean, it was Fight Hype and like Boxing 24 were the only two people report. Oh, and the Ellie Setback video, and it was all speculation, but it was true. And then very quickly, it was signed, sealed, and delivered. I watched a few interviews with both men. And actually, I was on the live conference call, and Adrien Broner himself, when asked about not only the weight, but negotiations, this was simple to get done. You know, very quickly, it was easy to get done. But something that Steven Espinoza said that I said, let me ask my co-host. He says, and I know you're listening, Steven, because where else are you pulling this information from? But he says that there is the same amount of people that think that this is an easy fight for Adrien Broner. There's an equal amount of people that feel this is an easy fight for Mikey Garcia. First and foremost, Matt, is that even true in terms of like being a 50-50 fight in the minds of the fans? Not realistically. Like, do you feel when we talked about this fight, or you socialize in public about this fight, that it's looked at as a 50-50 fight? Do you think that, I mean, is his statement valid? Is his statement valid?
I think it's close. If it's not 50-50, it's 60-40 maybe to Mikey Garcia. But even the people picking Mikey Garcia, like myself, are going, man, Broner has a chance because of the style matchup, because of X, Y, and Z. Broner has a shot in here if he's dedicated. Everyone is saying that, even the people that are picking Mikey. So in that way, yeah, it is sort of 50-50. There is sort of this doubt in the fact that, man, we don't know who's really going to win this fight. There's a lot of that doubt in the fandom right now. And I would say there's a lot of people saying that it's an easy fight for Mikey. There's a lot of people saying that. And there's a lot of people saying it's an easy fight for Broner. And then you get a majority of people saying it's going to be very, very close. And we don't know where to go right now. And that's where it's at this point in the hype and the build up to the fight. I would say that everyone's pretty conflicted on this fight.
Cash Wheezy, 50-50 for you. Is you're on mute. Is Steven Espinoza, is his statement valid on this one, Cash?
Yeah, I kind of agree, because I'm more like it's very I think Mikey thinks it's easier than it is going to be, and but I think that Adrien Broner is more experienced than him in adversity. That is, I think every fight that Mikey Garcia has had was easy. So this is Mikey Garcia's, and I'm just saying that as a fan, like everyone he's defeated was already defeated, was not like elite level. And not saying that Broner's elite level, but I'm saying that he has faced adversity. He has bounced back. He is the comeback kid. He's been the underdog. And I think that he's the guy with more experience, and speed is going to play a big factor in that inside game. So, yeah, 50-50.
Cash, I fucking missed you, man.
Very much.
You actually said some really interesting things there. I mean, oh shit, Matt.
all night, I'm on fire. Remember that game Triple Dribble when you used to land 3 shots?
Remember Casual was actually like
fire. Yo, no, you're right, man. I mean, look, people call me a Mikey Garcia hater. We did a Adrien Broner, Mikey Garcia show on Patreon yesterday. Obviously, we got way more in depth than today, and they called me a Mikey Garcia hater, but you just killed it, Cash. I mean, Yo, Broner has suffered adversity. Maidana is a real fighter, but here's the curveball. And Matt, I mean, chime in on this one, then Kaz, you come back. Mikey has been in there with Adrien Broner's worst nightmare. There's sparring footage online. They're not hiding it. He's comfortable in that environment. He is a beast. There's a reason 2 years ago this guy was on the pound for pound list. There's a reason that 2 years later, without him fighting, we're excited. It's because he is good. But Cash makes a very interesting point. We have not seen him suffer adversity, and the only time that we have, it's kind of questionable.
I wouldn't say that. And I would say it.
Bullshit. That Salido shit is questionable.
No, I'm not talking about that part. I'm not talking about that part.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Because
argue that.
We've broken everything.
Hold up. Wait a minute. I'm just saying that the idea that what is the question mark is we haven't seen Mikey through adversity. It's not that. It's that we have not seen face Broner's style. I know I talked about this on the Adrien Broner, Mikey Garcia.
What about Broner's punch, bro?
I don't think the punch we have to worry about because, like you said, he's faced guys like Maidana in sparring.
Oh, yeah, true. So,
I mean, again,
adversity sparring is 20 ounce, 16 ounce gloves, though, Matt. Sparring is 20 ounces, 16 ounce gloves.
But hear me out. Facing Maidana doesn't, while it may test you in terms of just grit and will and all that, but it doesn't test you for a guy like Broner. That's not a sparring partner for Broner because he can't emulate Broner. So that's the issue. Can he face a slick style? Can he face a guy that is faster than him, that maybe is smarter than him, that has quicker reflexes than him, that can hit harder? Those things are a little bit unknown at this point. And obviously, Broner's defensive shell, he's never faced a guy that uses a Philly shell like that in his pro career that I know of. So those are things that are question marks. Not can he handle adversity. The guy has faced and beat future Hall of Famers. He has. And he has trained with future Hall of Famers.
I got another game for you guys.
I'm not worried about that.
I got another game for you guys. You said power's not the issue. It's the style. So let's be Robert Garcia today. You get to pick one sparring partner to send into camp with Mikey Garcia to emulate.
And the realistic sparring partners, right?
Yeah, realistic sparring partners. I mean, I don't even know what you mean by that. You're gonna have
like if Terrence Crawford came in, that would be interesting. He could probably emulate.
No, it's got to be realistic. I don't think Crawford is gonna. What the fuck? I mean, I don't know, maybe, but like, yo, Earl sparring with people in his camp, right? Like, he's not going outside of his camp to be a sparring partner. So that would be Crawford coming in to help Mikey, and maybe because they have history.
You can have lower level boxers like a Hank Lundy come in. That wouldn't be bad.
No, you're not supposed to give yours because that was going to be my choice. I was going to say, but you can have Hank Lundy. Now you're stuck with him because you put him in the listener's mind. So I'm going to say Emmanuel Taylor would be
That's a good one.
my Adrien Broner, sparring partner that I would want to send in there with Mikey to help him. Not that Emmanuel Taylor fights like Broner, but he can if asked to.
Tevin Farmer?
Wow. Tevin Farmer. That's good. Yo, you're not supposed to go twice. It was casuals.
I'm sorry, Cash. I'm sorry.
Damn, I don't even have a name. I would say Adrian Granados because he's been in there. He's like, yo, this is what
Cash, you're fucking getting good. You're right. Because he's been in the camp. He could at least say, yo, I've seen Adrien do this, that, and the third, and not do this, that. Or when he does this is what he does. He's been in there not only as a fighter, but as a sparring partner on multiple camps. Very Cash Mash. Yo, Cash, you on that Info Joe tonight. That's what got you on point.
No show.
Felix Diaz?
Right. Excuse me?
Felix Diaz?
You still picking. This guy's fucking mentioned like 3 sparring partners over here. You really like the game, huh?
I love this. I love games. Come on, man.
Well, we got to get to some other games. I don't know. How should we do this Deontay Wilder news? Should we play his Instagram audio? I mean, it's probably long, right? Wasn't it like a 5 video?
We can play part of it.
I mean, no, it's long. It's long, dude. Oh yeah, we should play at least the beginning, right?
Yeah, the beginning. We can play like the first section of it.
All right, well, let's go for it.
Give people a teaser, let them, have to go to his Instagram and go look at it,
Make sure when you get to his Instagram, you tag and say, yo, the boxing voice told me to come here. I mean, so let's see. Yo, he was shadow boxing for 3 minutes.
Ooh.
And he got massive hate on it, but 90,000 views. That's insane. So here goes the video, right? Is it this one? I think it's this one. Let's see. Yes. How many is it? Oh my God, there is so many. All right. No, it isn't. It's just one. It's a teaser, so let's go with it. Wait, Matt, should I screen share it too or just play the audio?
I mean, I don't think Deontay would be upset at you if you screen share.
No, of course not. I'm just saying in general.
Yeah, show it. Show it. It's always better.
I haven't seen it.
Oh, you haven't seen it? Good. We'll watch it together, buddy. Zoomed in. Let's go.
So my man called me, right? He said, yo, D. I said, what's up? He said, you heard about the rumors that have been going on around about you? I said, what rumors? Who said so? He said, yeah. He said, Johnny. I said, Johnny who? He said, Johnny Nelson. I said, Johnny Nelson? So Johnny got beach tendencies now too? He said, yep. I said, wow. Wow. It's crazy. So Johnny went around, I guess he had the Holy Ghost spirit inside of him to mention my name, and he said that me and Klitschko sparred on various of occasions. And that, in fact, Klitschko knocked me out cold and dropped me with a body shot. Keep in mind that Klitschko ain't thrown a body shot in 11 damn years. But all of a sudden, it had to be me. Why me?
Playing over again.
The full version is on his YouTube channel. The link was there. And that's why I screen shared the comment section. He gets more in detail, but at this point, bro, it's really his word against
Johnny.
You know, we need Klitschko to step in on this one.
Does it matter though? I mean, does it really matter if he was dropped in sparring? That happens.
No, I don't think being dropped matters, but remember that the allegations are knocked out cold.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah. So that kind of changes things. That's why, you know, Adrien Broner, you know, the whole Earl Spence knocking him out, everybody's like, whoa. And that was a big thing like 3 years ago.
Wilder spar him. When was he in his camp? I know he said it was for one fight. I forget what fight it was.
But it was a couple of years ago. It was when
was it Pulev fight?
When Emmanuel was alive, I believe.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I wasn't, you know.
There was pictures and stuff when Wilder was out there. He actually told us a story about being out there, but not, you know, obviously he didn't mention anything about that. And I didn't even think to ask anything like that. What other topics do we touch on here? We got, what do we got?
Hold up. I got a list somewhere.
Well, we can
talk about the Mikey Garcia topic, really.
Oh no, we haven't even mentioned. Well, I guess we did mention Wladimir Alvarez. All that we need to mention. Who'd you say?
I said we really didn't even talk about the actual Mikey Garcia topic about him dropping back down to 135.
True.
We just talked about is it a fight party or not?
Everything else. I mean, I think that it's interesting that he's saying that, but I really think it's just like, you know, something tongue in cheek, right? Because it's like he could eat after this. He doesn't even know what door can open, or he may lose. So, you know, he may very well drop down to 135. I don't know.
I think no matter what, if I'm him, win or lose, I go back down to 135 and fight Lainez. Because that's a winnable fight. It's a solidified name in boxing. He's a veteran. There is something there for that.
One name, saying, bro. One name.
They have spent.
You remember as a
Showtime. He went on Showtime and was a commentator for the Lainez Corolla fight too.
Listen, homie, it's all good. I don't like to argue. I just want you as a co-host and / producer to remember to ask the incoming callers that question before we let them go. Is Linares popular? Because I don't know where you're getting this shit from. You know what I remember Linares?
He was popular.
So why would Mikey come back down in weight after moving up in weight?
Who else is popular in the 140-pound division?
Terrence Crawford. And on the PBC side,
is he more popular?
Listen, and what?
Is he more popular than Linares?
I think so.
Worldwide? I don't know.
Oh my!
Linares has the UK market.
Now you're being a fucking hipster right now.
Linares has the UK market. He has.
The UK doesn't know Terrence fucking Crawford, the only man to whoop Ricky Burns' ass that way, not like the way you like to bring up Zlatan Cannon. No, in the fashion in which Terrence Crawford did. No one has done it yet. No one. Kidding me? The UK know exactly who he is, and this would be a better fight, Matt. You have to stop. Listen,
this is a better fight. No, Terrence Crawford's a way better fight, but Terrence Crawford's moving up.
They're really listening.
Terrence Crawford's moving up to 147. That's why I don't include Terrence Crawford in this discussion.
We don't know that. We don't know that. Why
has he called out everyone in 147?
His trainer made it clear. He and his trainer made it clear to both I and Monsterpiece that he doesn't need to move up. He can make the weight fine.
He called out Keith Thurman and Manny Pacquiao. He has to move up after this Ndongo fight. He has to. He's called them out.
There you go. He's negotiating an Ndongo fight, so which means he's not moving up.
And then he says he's going to move up after the Ndongo fight. Oh, my God.
Yeah, okay. But that was when? When was that?
Why would Crawford take a Mikey fight over a Pacquiao fight? Why?
But let me ask you, wasn't that before this fight was announced?
What was?
And don't get me wrong. I think.
What do you mean by that? Like what was announced?
Whatever comment he made about wanting to fight Keith or Pacquiao or whoever, it was before there was actually players at 140. Remember, Mikey a day ago was at 135, and Broner a week ago, we didn't know what division he was going to be in, but there will be a bona fide star is coming out of this. You know that if Broner can beat Mikey Garcia, he puts his name back in contention, bro. He erases the past. He erases the past. And if Mikey beats Broner, it should mean overnight success for him. Broner is there to thrust him into the eyes of the casual fan. And Mikey actually has 3 divisional weight titles. I mean, he's a legitimate success. I don't know what you're talking about, bro.
I'm just taking Crawford's words for what they are, for what he's saying, that after I'll fight Ndongo and then I'll fight Pacquiao or Thurman. I'm going to move up.
And all I'm saying is when
those fights are bigger than Mike Garcia or Broner.
And you know what? I don't even disagree with you. But he has to solidify. He's got to get that shot.
Wait, hold on. Time out. Why does Crawford have to get a shot against guys like Broner and Mikey?
No. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying Pacquiao has to actually give him the
shot. 100%. But it looks like Bob Arum is going to make that fight and try to push for it.
Mm-hmm.
That hasn't happened before.
Without a network. With Crawford's already super successful pay-per-view numbers. Come on, man.
HBO would pick up Manny Pacquiao versus Crawford after they've invested in Crawford for so long?
I don't know, man.
I mean,
I don't know. Maybe Bob Arum. I don't know. Maybe Bob Arum doesn't even go that way.
There's a reason HBO doesn't pick up Jeff Horn, because that fight's shit.
I get you. But Bob Arum probably doesn't go that route because they've been shunning him away. Come on, bro.
Well, even Bob Arum said that he wants the Crawford-Pacquiao fight after the Ndongo fight. I'm just taking everyone's word for face value. Maybe I'm naive to do that.
All right. All I'm saying is that there are now players in this division. This fight was made.
The winner of this fight's one player.
Maybe.
Because most likely the loser is going to jettison. The loser is not going to stay at 140.
Maybe.
If it's Broner, he's going to move back up. If it's Mikey, he's going to move back down.
Yo, listen, what if it's a great fight?
I didn't say it wouldn't be a great fight.
All right.
So then be a great fight, and the loser is still going to move to a different division. Because this is not their natural division, either guy.
Look, I just don't agree that if it's a great fight, one guy loses.
I didn't. What
And I've already, and you know my stance anyway.
You understand what I'm saying when I say that he loses, that he just loses the fight. The guy that loses the fight, not saying he's a loser, just the guy that loses the fight is going to move to his more natural division.
Maybe Daniel Jacobs, and I know he hasn't decided yet, but what I'm saying is it's maybe. It depends on how much luster you lose. Daniel Jacobs didn't lose any. He didn't lose any.
But this fight's not for a belt that I know of, right? It's not for any sort of establishment in the division. It's just like it's a catchweight fight more than anything.
I don't know. Maybe to me it's a bigger fight than it is to you. I don't think that
I'm not saying it's not a big fight. You're misunderstanding what I'm saying. I'm saying that this fight has no relevance to 140 because neither of these guys are actual 140-pound fighters.
But that's what you don't get, man. That's what you don't get.
It's a catchweight bout in an actual division, basically.
But it's names. Names in boxing bring relevancy.
But I'm saying there's bigger names for Crawford, such as Manny Pacquiao, Keith Thurman, who he is.
If it's makeable. If it's makeable. But it hasn't been.
You don't think Thurman would take that fight?
All I'm saying is these are options. All I'm saying is, look, Matt, let's pump the brakes. We don't know what Crawford would do, but he said what he said when the biggest thing out there was Undango. You don't think that he would rather be fighting Broner or Mikey over Undango?
Come on, man. We know that he called out Manny Pacquiao first.
No. Answer the question. Do you feel that he would rather be in the fight with Broner or Mikey instead of negotiating with Undango?
Yes.
All right, then. I'm done with you. We're going to get this fucking call.
We're not talking about the Ndongo fight. We're talking about the fight after Ndongo. We're talking about after that fight.
I get you. And I'm saying after Ndongo, that is still a sexy fight for him. It's still a sexy fight for him. Is Pacquiao bigger? Absolutely. But is it makeable? We don't know.
And you think a fight with Broner is makeable?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
What? Okay, man.
You know what Broner said today? You know what Broner said today? He said, not today, well, on the conference call, he said he knows that a lot of people will be picking against him. This time could be different. I'm not falling for it. I got a soft heart. I'm a victim of believing that the underdog is going to fucking get it together Rocky style. You know what I'm saying? But you just never know. You just never know. All it takes is for a fighter to be dedicated. Especially Broner is skilled at the very least. We could never sit here and debate whether or not he's skilled. We always have to debate his fucking consistency to remain dedicated, to try and be 100% Adrien Broner. That's and obviously we can fucking discuss how many times he's in some sort of trouble, but we would never say that he's not skilled. I would never say that.
I don't think anyone will.
I know that I would love him to turn over the hook just a little more. I think he slaps a lot with it, but he's obviously very effective with it. And, multiple trainers tell me different things. Some trainers say, turn and hit the make sure that when you land the hook, you're trying to use the two fingers, right? But really all four, but just the pointer finger and your middle finger in terms of knuckles, but really all four. But some, they don't mind like a hammer, you know what I mean? Like turn sideways where palm facing towards themselves so that the hook is more thumb up, right? Everybody has a different style. Even when, in your stance, some people might tell you point your feet like towards 3 o'clock, your back foot rather, and some could tell you put your front foot at fucking 12 or 1. It's all different, and at the end of the day, it's all what the fighter feels most comfortable with. But that still being said, technically, I would like to see him straighten up that left hook. Straighten it sounds like oxymoron, but definitely tighten it up a little more. I think it's a little wide and a little slappy. The inside, he lands a lot with the inside of the palm, and you're not going to get full power. but he's hurting guys late. It's just an intriguing fight. I'm sorry. I think it creates a player at 140. You obviously don't. We've gone 3 minutes past the time. You know what time it is. We're going out to the phone calls. You know the number 14255695241. Press 1 just once if you want to voice your opinion here on the Voice of the People hotline. International callers, add Nestor Gibbs on Skype. That's NESTORGIBBS. I mean, if you see that I am still on this Broner thing, imagine yesterday's show on Patreon. That's why we had to do like a separate topic on it, because I think it's an amazing fight. Let's go out to the callers. We're going to go to the international Alex in Australia.
No one can stop me, really.
Oh, there's a king croc right there. This croc has enough power in its jaws to rip my elbow. Unique in the sixth round. It was so
You gotta be the legend to become a legend.
Honestly, it was unbeatable.
You gotta be the legend to become a legend.
What's going on, TBV fam? Look, quickly just address the last few points. But, Matt, I don't know how you can say it doesn't create a player at 140. I mean, if Golovkin and Ward fought at 168, like both met in between, as Broner and Garcia are doing, I mean, that instantly creates a player at 168. You know what I mean? Like, it's these are two multiple. Sorry?
Not necessarily.
Not necessarily. So if you're telling me if Golovkin and Ward fought at 168, it wouldn't create a player at 168.
What if Ward was back at 175?
Well, I'm just saying in general.
He's looking for loopholes, Alex. This guy's looking for,
you know. Players. Hold on, very quickly. I'm not saying they don't become players. They become players, but in what division? Because fighters can change division. You know, again, this is a catchweight fight. That's what this fight is basically.
They fight at. They become a player at whatever weight they decide to fight at. These are two multiple division world champions.
When you become a star, you are transcendent of belts and divisions. That's been proven throughout history.
Yeah, of course, and that's what I'm saying. These are two multiple division world champions. They're both meeting at a certain weight. One that Broner used to fight at, one that we've all anticipated Mikey will move up to anyway. So it doesn't matter. Like, Mikey would probably stay at 140 more than likely, or Broner would stay at 140 more than likely with a win like that, and then see where they go from there. But anyway, look. On the Stevenson topic real quick, he hasn't done shit lately, you know. I don't want to upset Scorsese or nothing, but, you know, he really hasn't done shit to earn my respect. Rematch with Fonfara really proves not too much, you know, but hopefully he takes out the winner of Kovalev Ward, and then we get a big fight happening again. But that's my call, and thanks for everything, boys.
Alex, thanks for calling in, brother. Have a good morning out there in Australia. Let's go out to New Jersey in the United States. I mean, talk to me.
Yo, what's good, fellas? Let me go for mine right quick, man. Listen, the fight last night, I think Alvarez and Pascal, I think that was a disgrace. I don't think Pascal should. I mean, he tried to give it a go, but he just looked washed. Alvarez didn't look all that hot to me. I would like to see him fight Stevenson, and then Stevenson move into you know, the winner of Ward Kovalev. Now, you guys got a soundbite on the show. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna do it. I know y'all gonna play it, but when I seen him with that left hand, okay, he did what he's supposed to do. But that don't impress me much. I mean, he went in there and hammered on this kid like he was in a street fight. And I'm thinking that, okay,
yo, why,
Matt? Get the violins out. Get the violins.
But why? Why does he deserve violins?
Blood.
I'm just joking. I'm just joking.
You're always just joking. You're a little hater.
But yo, that fight right there, Joe Smith shouldn't even be in the conversation yet, unless it's Alvarez and Joe Smith. Maybe Alvarez don't deserve that. I think the most interesting thing we talking about, and y'all can thank me for saying this, because I'm always so far ahead of the curve when it comes to this discussion. If Garcia and Broner are gonna fight at a catchweight, then that's what's gonna create the more incentive for guys to stop staying bound by these weights.
It's no catchweight. It's at 40. It's at 140.
So they're fighting at straight 147.
No.
140.
Broner Garcia is 140. It's Mikey Garcia, not Danny. Mikey Garcia,
Right.
the brother
But I'm
of
saying,
Robert
like,
Garcia.
Now, if that fight is at 140, I'm sorry. I don't even know how Broner's going to make 140. I don't see Broner making the weight. If he makes the weight, he's a live dog. I don't even see him making the weight. But I also like the fact that, as I mentioned before, he can always bring Robert Easter to the table. So regardless of the fight, people are going to tune in to watch Broner. He's going to bring Robert Easter to the party. It's going to be a good card. I just don't think he lacks the focus, man. So I ain't going to hold up the line. You know, I needed this dosage for the weekend to carry me through the week. Let's get it going, TBV. Next caller.
I mean, I know you're a patron, bro. We got about 4 new shows on there. We got actually a more in-depth discussion on Adrien Broner and Mikey Garcia. We're going to go out from New Jersey to Texas, class inbound. What's up, brother?
Hey, what's going on, fellas? Yeah, so just a recap of yesterday, because I called in about the Fonfara fight. So first off, I guess the thing to say is Alvarez versus Stevenson. I think that's the most likely scenario. I know I said Joe Smith, and I want that to happen, but the more that I think about it, the more I think it's not going to happen. Second of all, Mikey Garcia and Adrien Broner. If that fight happens at 140, Matt, I'm going to have to agree with Matt on this, because there's no guarantee either of them stay at that weight. This could be a one-and-done fight for each guy, and then they just move back down to whatever fight they want to, unless there's something at 140. And Mikey Garcia honestly has the better chance of staying at 140, because him and Crawford have had some just a little bit of bantering, just some tweeting. But honestly, if he were to stay there, that would be the next big fight to make. I don't know if it could actually be made, but I'd love to see it. And then finally, so it looks like it's not confirmed, but it looks like Tony Bellew and Joseph Parker are looking to probably going to be the next fight for Joseph Parker. And once again, Deontay Wilder is left out in the cold. So yeah, the only person I can see him fighting at this point is Luis Ortiz. And hopefully that happens as long as Luis Ortiz doesn't get injured again. No, but that's all I've got.
All right, class and bound. Thanks for calling in. Yeah, hey, Matt, you want to play games? Let's assume Bellew, Joseph Parker gets made. Who should Wilder fight? And you know what he needs to do? He has to fight Dillian White. I know that name. He has to. That name means nothing here in America. Nothing. But the people that hate Wilder are not really American. It's the UK. So what he needs is a common opponent, because they already have a common opponent in Eric Molina. But obviously, Anthony Joshua one-upped Wilder, right? And when Wilder fought Eric Molina, it was however many years ago. So it would be good now for Wilder to come and fight a common opponent of Anthony Joshua in Dillian White, someone that they had a rivalry, someone who just had a Fight of the Year candidate at the very least with Chisora, someone that's known to the UK market. And if he goes in there and does what he normally does to his opponents outside of Stavern, then maybe a lot of that hatred would die down, and instead it would turn into them demanding that fight between Joshua and Wilder. Because right now, I mean, look, we could do dozens of shows on Joseph Parker deciding to do whatever he's going to do outside of a unification. But we all understand this is a business. You know, the casual fans may not, but this is a business. And they're going to try and capitalize on that belt before they lose it. So, I mean, what fight would you like to see?
I think that's a fight. But I think Ortiz is a much better fight than.
You got to speak into the mic. You said what?
I am speaking into the mic. I think Luis Ortiz is a much better matchup than Dillian White. I think everyone would give him more respect for that fight and for that win. Though I will say that Dillian White is a way into the UK market. Like you said, it's a common opponent. If you fight Dillian White on Sky Sports.
Well, Matthew. His service is not that good. Let's keep the lines moving. We got to get to our social media content manager here, Alex Lemon. What's going on, brother?
What's up, Ness? Hey, man. Glad to have you guys back, man. Glad to have the show back. Need TBV in my life. Hey, well, let's see. There's so many topics. Where to start, right? About the Mikey Garcia. I'm picking Mikey Garcia to win. But I'm excited that Adrien Broner is saying that he's going to make the weight. I mean, 140 is rough. I mean, I know he's been having trouble with 147. But he's doing all that hot yoga. So I'm hoping he makes the weight because that makes that whole weight class more exciting. But I'm still going to take Mikey Garcia. I'm not going to get caught up in that whole training thing like I did with Chavez, thinking that, all that training is going to make a difference in the ring, because it sure didn't with Chavez. But I want to put my name in the hat for Laura to fight Cotto in December.
That's not a big fight, but
that would
okay.
be huge for boxing. You don't think that's a big fight on ESPN? Not pay-per-view.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Especially with that deal that Golden Boy has with ESPN on a Friday night, Cotto Laura, names that these casual fans know. I think that could be big for boxing, bro.
That's a downgrade, ESPN on a Friday night. Cotto is a Saturday night fighter. You know what I'm saying? Lara will be doing good going into Saturday. He still is. That's why Golden Boy's doing business. That's why Golden Boy's like, yo, we're going to do a fight-to-fight basis. Let's see how he does with this fight, number one.
Well, multiple deal. He already signed a multiple fight deal with them and some sort of co-promotion where they're going to be promoting some of Cotto fighters.
Well, there you go.
See, I think that's a big difference. Casual fans still think that Miguel Cotto is a big name in boxing, but hardcore fans saw Canelo Alvarez dominate the fight. And plus, what about all the? He doesn't want to fight any big names. He's doing all this diva shit. That's what makes me think Cotto knows that he's on his way out, just like Pacquiao. He's on that goodbye tour. But a Laura fight, he could do something like that because Laura doesn't have that production. He doesn't throw that many punches that could hurt him. There's no power there. That's what I was thinking. Maybe Cotto Laura could be good for boxing.
Lemon, what do you think about those three names we threw around? Timothy Bradley, Amir Khan, and who was that other name? Ness?
Kell Brook.
Amir Khan.
Is also. And Kell Brook, yeah. Okay, Timothy Bradley. I feel it's not going to happen because with the top rank, I mean, why would top rank give Cotto a big fight like that, considering Cotto left top rank? Great show. Glad to have you guys back. I heard my timer go off. Glad to have you guys back.
Alex, great work. Let me keep it moving. Santiago in LA, what up?
Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back, Ness. It's nice to see you on the show again. I hope you had a good time in Jamaica. And I just want to get through some of the topics here really quickly. First and foremost, about Garcia Broner. As I talked about before on Mixed Combat Radio's Thursday show, shout out to NCR helping TBV out by picking up some of the slack and giving the listeners who tuned in their fix of boxing talk. With the fight being made at 140, it makes me wonder whether or not Broner can make the weight, because most of us do agree that at 140, Broner is at his ideal weight. But there's also the X factor of what mentality Broner brings into the fight. Because in my opinion, anything short of Broner's performance in the Maidana loss will not beat Garcia. Broner has the edge in speed and having faced physically bigger competition, but I feel that Garcia has the edge in timing and is equally skilled with his technique, and that as the rounds progress, he'll gradually begin to pick apart Broner en route to a decision victory, if not a late fight TKO. And it's not far-fetched to think that he can't move back down to 135 and start unifying that division too, you know. He can face the likes of Jorge Linares, who has a WBA belt, Robert Easter Jr., who has the IBF belt, and Terry Flanagan, who has the WBO belt. So he's got options at 135, you know. And then as for the news regarding, you know, Miguel Cotto's rumored big fight in December, if it happens for some reason to be a rematch with Canelo Alvarez, to me, that's his cash out fight. That's it. This is my last fight. I'm going to go for gusto, get all the money I can, and then call it a career. Because to me, he is in the cash out stage of his career. He's going to try to make whatever fights he can win for the most amount of money, and then just you know, walk off into the sunset.
That sounds good.
As for the what's up, Casual?
Now go ahead. I was gonna ask what is cash out really to you, because isn't the cash out fight the easiest fight and then the goodbye? You know what I'm saying? Versus like the hardest, bloodiest fight. That's like the hard work. You got to train for the fight.
No, they're different, definitely different meanings to what a cash out is for certain people. And in my opinion, when I say that he's in the cash out stage of his career, I mean that at this point, whatever fights he does take, they're going to be fights that in his mind and his team's mind, they can win. But the more important factor of it is how much money can I get for these fights. We're not going to see Cotto get into competitive fights where we think 50-50, the other guy's got a chance to win. We're going to see him get into fights like the fight he has with Yoshihiro Kamigai, where most of us agree he's supposed to win that fight.
Nice. You know what else you forgot? You welcome Ness back, and then you say, I'm glad everything's back together. TBV, welcome back. You forgot
Maybe called in on the other show.
He forgot to say this.
Let's have a world party on the day you came to be. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
You forgot to wish Ness a happy birthday.
And you forgot to wish Santiago a happy birthday.
And Santiago, there you go. Happy birthday. Live on TBV.
Yo. Quick shout out to Virgil Hunter taking out the time to come on the show since, you know, he's in training camp with Ward and that loss yesterday. Verge, what happened yesterday, man? Fonfara, I don't know. I thought he was ready under your watch, man.
Virgil?
Oh, man, he's being shot. Kansas City Mac, what up?
Maybe he actually thinks that there's Virgil Hunter on the show.
Kansas City Mac, you were supposed to play it up. You know, Kansas City Mac, he fell asleep over there.
Oh, no, I ain't falling asleep, man. I had to do something. Yeah, there. Yes, you there? Hello?
Yes, Virgil, how are you?
We here.
You hear me?
Yeah, we
here. Man, my bad, man. Yo, hey, appreciate y'all. First and foremost, I want to say, hey, love what y'all doing. Paying homage every time I call in. Y'all said multiple things, so I'm just gonna get to like the main meat and potatoes on that Adrien Broner. I'm gonna go with Adrien. That man got a lot to prove, and if he loses this one, he's done. I'm not even gonna pick him a fight. I ain't gonna pick none of his fights. So Mikey Garcia, I see that he got one on his record. Orlando Salido. Am I saying that right? For some reason, that name sticks out to me. But Broner making weight, he gonna make that 140. He ain't got no choice. Like I said, it's gonna be some penalties, and if he don't win this fight, it's gonna look real bad. So he's gonna have to do what he does and get the job done. His flat foot might help him in this fight, particular, so he can pick out those spots on Mikey Garcia. But that being said, I want to talk about the last fight because I wasn't able to call in and eat crow. But I'm only eating crow because I missed a round. I called that fight with Kell Brook and Spence. I just didn't get the round right. I picked 8th round. He got him out in the 11th. Yeah. Then that Wilder. I still like Wilder. I'm going to still go with Wilder. I don't know about that whole sparring thing with the Klitschko's, but I'm going to hear more about it. But it was another guy that y'all just said. You said, Ness, you like, mention that guy's name when the callers come up. And
Lainez.
I didn't get that name. Yeah, I don't know that name. I don't know that name.
But you know, Orlando Salido had 10 losses. Orlando Salido.
I know Orlando Salido. I do.
But he had 10 losses when he fought Michael Garcia.
Salido's fought on U.S. television. Linares has
13. But did he beat Lomachenko?
Okay, Lomachenko was like probably light shy, and you know, he was a new jack. He had like one fight. Wasn't that his first or second fight professionally?
Nah. But I'm saying they talking big stuff on this guy named Lomachenko, like he the best thing smoking.
Just like you doing Mikey, Virgil.
A lot of people talk about. Well,
you laugh.
Some of these guys ain't at 140, but why they ain't fought Crawford? Why they ain't fought Crawford?
Crawford's fighting. Who's he fighting? Some Ndango.
Ndango. That's who Crawford is fighting.
Yeah, that's a big hardcore fight. That's a big hardcore.
Say it again.
Ndango versus Crawford. That's a big hardcore fight, no?
It is because it's belt-wise, but I'm just saying these guys ain't never stepped in the ring with Mikey Garcia. And y'all talking about Broner going to have problems with him because he's undefeated? Was it because he's going to make weight? Broner ain't lost at 140.
Okay, I was confused. I thought you were saying Mikey Garcia is going to have an easy time versus Broner. I beg to differ. I say it's going to be a hard.
No. It's not. No, it's not gonna be an easy fight. It's gonna be 50-50 for me. I'm just giving you my reason why I'm picking Broner. I haven't been giving my breakdowns. I just been picking people.
Early, let's go.
Yeah, that was my breakdown. It seems like it's going in and out. I don't know if y'all hearing me all the way.
Yeah, I got you. But it is definitely Enrique Church with the crazy ass feedbacks, sounding like he's in an old movie Tornado or something. Kansas City back. I'm gonna go ahead and get to some other callers. Gary in Dallas, talk to us. What happened?
Diverge.
Yeah, he didn't even pick up on that. He could have killed that.
Yo, Ness?
We're here, brother. Talk to us.
Yeah, I wanted to get on a couple of things. First off, am I the only one that thinks Alvarez last night kind of looked like the truth? I mean, he got a shotgun for a jab. I'd give anybody trouble.
Thank
you. I mean, I'm not saying he could beat Ward, but anyone else in that weight class, I think he'd get Hauser. I think he'd beat Joe Smith. Then I wanted to get in on the Cotto thing. I think you guys are missing a couple of names. I think he could go to UK, get a big dollar fight against Billy Joe Saunders. And then, do you think he could? Jared Hurd fights Trout in July, right?
Yes, sir.
Do you think if Hurd won, let's say, he could turn around and fight Cotto again in December? Is that is there enough turn time there?
Jared Hurd?
Yeah, if Hurd beat Trout.
I don't think
and fight Cotto in December.
I don't think that it will happen because that would be him and Golden Boy.
And they don't get along.
That's true. That's true. And the last thing I want to say is, Mikey Garcia is going to beat the hell out of Broner. Broner sucks, though. I mean, that's not even the same class of fighter. The only chance that Broner got is if he shows up, doesn't even try to make weight, shows up at 144, walks in the ring at 160. But, I mean, Ponce de Leon gave Broner life or death back in 2012. I mean, I don't even see that as the same class of fighter.
Yeah, but come on, man. You're going into 2012, man. Fighters get better over time, and I get
doesn't suck. Broner doesn't suck. Like, you can say he's not elite or not champion or not, not a Keith Thurman, not Terrence Crawford. He's none of those guys, but he definitely doesn't suck.
Gary, you did say that's your call, right? Because I could have sworn that's what I heard you say. Right? You were done after that, right, Gary?
What was that?
You said you were done after
Yeah,
that.
yeah, I'm done.
All right, brother. Good call. Good call. Let me get out to actually Scorsese lied. Scorsese, you're gonna be the last caller because you lied to me. Fucking
Damn.
And then had me repeating it. You know how many shows I repeated his lie? That's sad. What type of friend does that?
Wait, he doesn't live in China?
He lied.
Wait, where did
I was wondering what he's doing in China.
Marcus in DC, talk to us.
Yeah, what's good, Boxing Voice, man? Glad to hear y'all back, man. Happy birthday to you, homie.
Thank you, brother. Thank you.
All right, couple things real quick. After Crawford fights in Dongo, he would definitely hang around in 40 to fight the winner of a Mikey Garcia Broner fight. The only why he's talking about going up is because it didn't seem like he had any competition at 40, Matt. Lainez, don't nobody know Lainez for real. And if Lainez want that work, like I had told y'all a while ago, he can easily, if he say he want to fight Manny Pacquiao, then he could come up to 140, and that would make all the sense for all those fighters there to be part of that tournament where they had the $25 million for the thing. We can clean up the 140 real quick. The cash out fight for Cotto is going to be against Pacquiao. Why? Let me tell you why it makes sense. He could have fought Marquez, but Marquez wasn't coming up to 150. And Pacquiao will go up to 150 to fight Cotto. Golden Boy been trying to get their hands on Pacquiao, so if they make that fight and get any rights on Pacquiao after him and Cotto do a second fight, that'll be big for them in their eyes. They'll make that fight easily between Bob Arum and Golden Boy and make that fight. None of the other fighters at 54. None of the other fighters at 50. All the other fighters at 54 present too big of a danger for him. He fight any of the Charlos. He fights Ezra Lara. We don't ever see Cotto again after that. So if Cotto's not going to be seen again, it's going to be seen dealing with somebody like a Pacquiao or Canelo. What was the other part? Wilder. Everybody keeps saying Luis Ortiz fight Wilder and all that, but Wilder been clear, man. Say, man, when you get that needle out your ass, you know what I'm saying? We can fight. You know what I'm saying? But as long as these dudes keep coming up positive or you know what I'm saying, or haven't had enough time between coming up positive, I'm not fighting you dudes. So I'm not a big fan of the Dylan White fight, you know what I'm saying? It makes sense for him to go over and beat the brakes off of Dylan White because I think I said that before about having Parker and somebody come over and then having Wilder over in the UK have all two fights with 4 heavyweights over in the UK. Maybe even Wilder gets Andy Ruiz over there. But he just need to be in the top fight, you know what I'm saying, top 5, top 10 fight, you know, and then, you know, let's things hash out. I didn't get to say this the other day, but Errol Spence at the Frisco, Texas, Dallas Cowboys' new training facility in Frisco, Texas, be great against Lamar Peterson. Let me tell you why. Lamar's a WBA regular title holder, so with that win, because all Spence has been talking about is unifying, with that win, and it's a come-home fight, he makes himself the mandatory for Keith. So when Keith comes off of that surgery, all that bluff or anything else will be out the window because WBA will want to consolidate that. So if he doesn't do what he's supposed to do, Spencer had the ability that he did against Brook, which is to press Keith out for the WBA title. So that's my call. I think Keith Thurman and Spencer get it on in next May, and I think him and Lamar Peterson in Dallas, Texas will do a great fight, man. That's my call.
Marcus, thanks for calling in. Well, Spence already definitely gave the name of the location where he's gonna fight. You can check our interview on YouTube for sure. And Showtime kind of confirmed yesterday that it's gonna be in September, man. I don't like that though, Matt. I hope it's not around the Canelo Triple G. You know, I hope they don't. Huh?
What do you mean by
around
like
that date? On that date, man. You know,
I don't think they do that.
I don't want them to try and butt heads. I don't want them to compete. You know,
but we do know for sure that's not going to be Thurman next because it's in September.
Yeah.
So who is it?
It's a hometown fight. It ain't gonna matter.
But what do you mean it's not gonna matter? I think it's kind of we can speculate on who he's gonna fight.
I mean, yeah, but it ain't gonna be nothing like
nothing noteworthy. Like not even a top 15 fighter.
I don't know. Did Jamal Charlo get a hometown defense? Jamal?
Ooh, I don't know. He may be on the undercard of that. I can see that being a possibility.
Who most recently? I mean, look at Broner's hometown defenses. He ain't getting no killers.
He had Granados. That wasn't too bad.
Come on, bro. And he had Emmanuel Taylor. Come on, man. You get Charles
Granados
Hatley.
was a top 15 140 pounder at the time off of the Miramano win.
Who, Granados?
Yeah, he was a top 15 light.
Look, I'm not going to argue that, but again,
I'm not saying he's going to get a killer, but I mean, he could still get a semi-quality opposition.
He'll get Frankie Gavin.
Oh, God, no. Don't even say that. Sam Eggington. I'll take Sam Eggington.
Jojo Dan.
No, fuck that. Why bring that up, man? Come on. Bradley Skeet. I'll take Bradley Skeet.
Hector Saldivia.
No. No, come on.
Fuck it then. Let's get
come on. Those people will die in the ring. We don't
what about what's his name? Sinchenko, man. Let's get Sinchenko out here.
We got Sammy Vasquez, Brew's favorite boy.
Oh my God.
Nah, Sammy.
Yo, you know they had a rivalry in the amateurs.
I know.
Oh my God. We used to talk that up over here when we interviewed them on this show before, thinking like it was gonna be something. Poor Sammy. I thought Sammy was gonna be the yo. He looked like it, man.
He looked good, but very quickly, somebody's bringing up Luis Collazo in the chat. Luis Collazo is rumored to fight Devin Alexander on the undercard of Broner Mikey Garcia. So Luis Collazo may not be in the mix, but if he does not take that fight, I think Luis Collazo is a good matchup.
Yo, I mean, if you're Luis Collazo, do you like that Devin fight? Like, if you're Luis, right? It's like, yo, but you got momentum, right? So it's like, I got momentum. I just beat this prospect. I knocked him out. Do I really want Devin, who's been gone for what, 2 years, maybe?
And has no momentum. It's a no reward fight.
Yeah. I don't know. I think that's why that Devin ain't announced yet. But Devin's getting the fight. He's been in training for like a year. He's in camp right now with Broner, or rather, Broner's in camp with him because they're down West Palm. That's why you see Broner doing yoga in Miami, you know, which I found another picture, not the one where he's in the yoga pose. I found another picture that he's posing with the instructor, and obviously it's on the instructor's page, and I don't think that Broner tagged him. So you got to find him in another way, and it only got like 46 likes, so it's undercover. But that in that particular picture, I don't know. He's got a little. I feel like he's a little chubby in the stomach, but look, he's got time. He's got time. What he's got? Almost 8 weeks
for September. Yeah, you got about over 8 weeks.
Broner fights in July. What are you talking about?
Oh yeah, sorry, Broner. Yeah, you got 8 weeks.
8 weeks, man. Let's get out to he probably bumped into Broner if he drove out to Miami. Majid, what's going on out in Orlando?
Not much. I actually was calling just to see what thought was on Broner and Garcia fighting and how y'all felt it would play out.
Oh man, we've been talking about that all show. You ain't hearing none of that?
I was chasing the kid around, and I just hopped on when I could, to be honest with you. That's why I wanted to ask the question instead of just talking, say something stupid.
All right. Well, look, Majid, I mean, if you ain't got nothing else, then we will have to ask you to hit rewind because you can do that. Remember, you could do it on iTunes, TuneIn, Stitcher, right here on YouTube. You could go to Blog Talk.
So what I just give my take. I feel like Adrien Broner gonna win that fight. You know, this Mikey Garcia, like he ain't acclimated to 140 yet, and I just feel like at this point in the career, this ain't the right time for that fight. So I'm going for Broner. That's all I got.
All right, brother. Well, thanks for calling in. Ernest in Alabama, talk to me.
Yeah, guys. I think Broner loses to Mikey Garcia. That's point number one. Point number two, I'm not a big fan of unification fights, undisputed unification fights, not counting the heavyweights and the light heavyweights. If your next fight you're moving up in weight because you split the belts back up again. I mean, if you're fighting a unification fight at 140 or in Earl case at 147, stay there and defend your title for a year or two. But I'm not a big fan if you're going to have a undisputed fight and then your very next fight you move up in weight. What good is it? Concerning Deontay Wilder, he's my homeboy, but Wilder needs to stay busy and get a fight. Joseph Parker AJ are not going to fight him. He can go on YouTube all he wants to and beg for it. Go ahead and get Severn out the way so you won't have politics in the way. That's my point.
Well, all right, brother. Well, thanks for calling in, Ernest. We're going out to some alumni callers.
Mr. Info Joe.
This portion of the show we call In the Know, presented by my brother.
What's up, my boxing brothers? What's up, Ness? Happy birthday to you, brother. What's up, Matt? What up, Enrique? Yo, just touched down in L.A. Leaving Arizona, man. I was having with my granddaughter at her birthday party, so I didn't get a chance to see the Fonfara fight. I was out with my son and my daughter out there. But first off, let me say Trout will beat her. Now let me get into when I first heard of the Mikey versus Broner fight. Immediately, I said Mikey would win. But once I thought about it, and Mikey has never faced anybody as big as Broner and has never faced a style like Broner. So I do think it will be a competitive fight. But the big question is, the big elephant in the room is, what Broner are we going to get? The dude that was thinking about killing himself, or the dude that's out getting shot at, or the dude that's fucking all the bitches, or the dude that's drinking lean, or the dude that's out there partying and with Meek Mills and them, like a rock star? Is the dude mind it gonna be in the fight? You know what I'm saying? Can Mike Stanford and Hunter, can they get this boy's mind? That's the main thing. This boy's mind is everywhere but in boxing right now. So can they gather him up? What?
Let's assume it's the best Broner we have ever seen, 2017 against Mikey Garcia. Let's assume that, and then let's build it up.
Okay, if he's number one Broner, AB, it's a 50-50 fight. Styles, I think these styles will mesh good. Like I said, Mikey has never faced anyone like Broner, and he's going up in weight. And Broner is facing a real technical fighter in Mikey Garcia. So it will be a 50-50 fight, in my opinion, depending on what Broner we get. Man, good to hear you back, Ness. Good to hear the boxing voice. Shout out to all the callers, all the listeners. TBV #1. Hit those thumbs up. You're listening to the #1 podcast in the fucking world. TBV. That's my call, brothers.
Info Joe, thanks for calling in. Matt.
Yes.
Feeling like fat rat. Yo, how many episodes of
overtime?
Is it overtime? Yeah. How many episodes of overtime think we got in?
Maybe 3 to 5.
It
hasn't been that many.
I want to start doing numbers. That's why I asked.
Oh, like episode number.
Yeah, for that particular thing. So, like, what do you think today's episode is? We're just gonna guess it. I'm not going back.
We're gonna guess. Let's go 4.
Not counting that shit.
I'm feeling lucky here. We're gonna go 4.
Feeling lucky?
Because I feel like we skipped a Thursday or Sunday a couple times.
Hey, punk, you feeling lucky?
And if you don't know what TBV overtime is, very quickly, you go to patreon.com/ThaBoxingVoice, and we go overtime. We go into overdrive mode. We go on for pretty much as long as we want after the show ends, and we talk about all things around the world.
Everything. We talk pop culture, man.
Nothing is off limits in overtime. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah.
Why so serious?
We're never serious on that.
And is Enrique making his debut appearance on overtime? I don't know.
Enrique is very, very busy, man.
He's Kaz Weezy, like he's too busy for us.
When your last name is Weezy, everything gets different.
Over there sitting back, drinking a beer.
He's the bad boy. He's the bad boy at TBV. Let's get to Dave in Salt Lake City.
Yo, how's it going, TBV? Dan caught me in the middle of eating.
Uh-oh.
But let's get to Virgil Hunter first. Is this guy the most overrated trainer in the boxing today? I know he wouldn't have called the fight in the second round if that was Andre Ward in there and not Fonfara. Also, Fonfara looks like he's degressed in the ring in the second fight compared to the first fight. What's your guys' take on that?
Well, I mean, obviously, compared to this, watching this fight compared to the first fight, hell yeah, he's digressed. Look at the ass whooping that he took. But, I mean, I don't know. I mean, you know, he only had one tune-up. It was Chad Dawson. Like he jumped right into the one of the biggest names, right? Or at least one of the three horsemen. So maybe after Chad, he should have. Maybe after Chad. Like if Fonfara had a backing, if he had a following, you know, which he could build one in that Chicago area and in this New York City area because he's Polish, he could do it in New Jersey in the Prudential Center, but he hasn't really been able to pile up a win streak. But if he was a marquee value fighter, you know, after Dawson, he could have got someone like Thomas Williams Jr., you know, to keep building and then go into like a Marcus Brown. A young up and coming light heavyweight, but don't go right after Steven. That was, I don't even know. I wonder if that was a cash out. Like, why go right after Stevenson?
Ness, it's because PBC is running out of dates. These guys need to take the fights to get on TV. If not, if they don't take the fight, then they're on the bench for another 9 months. They're waiting for fights. PBC, their time dates are running out. They're trying to get any fights they can whenever they can. That's why we only see Sean Porter fighting once a year. All their big names, it's because there's not enough TV dates. I wish, like the Fox date coming up, I wish we would have got a way better fight. Maybe Deontay Wilder, you know, tune-up fight. Because him and Stevenson, to me, I don't know which careers kind of their legacy or I don't know which one's going downhill faster between both of them. Yeah, they keep winning. They're making money, 100%. That's what it's about. But if you want to know about legacy, man, both of them just keep sitting back and watching the best in their division fight each other, and they're not getting the fights. I give it up to Wilder. He's at least calling them out consistently, where Stevenson, he kind of plays a nonchalant, whatever. I'm making money. I got Bugattis. I got Bentleys. You know, fuck it. I'm getting paid. But if he wants his legacy to be known, he needs to start taking these fights. Also with Mikey Garcia, Adrien Broner, that's a terrific fight. I think if AB comes and he's ready, it's a 50-50 fight. But I have to give Garcia the edge. Everyone keeps saying, oh, Maidana hits harder than Mikey. Well, Maidana comes in at a crazy angles and styles where Mikey is very technically sound. And Broner, you know, people give him shit because he dances in the ring and he does the shimmy and shit. But, man, he got some of the best skills in boxing when he puts his mind to it. And the Miguel Cotto thing, man, for me, a big fight, which maybe might happen. I don't know if it's big in the States, but what about Kell Brook moving up to 154? Cotto is not a big puncher, so he won't be taking that risk with another big puncher for Kell Brook. What do you guys think about that? And then that's my call. Keep it up, TBV.
Gabe, good call, and especially on the Kell Brook. That was my choice for Cotto, and whether or not he made that decision to surprise us with a big fight in December. We're going to go out to the liar of TBV. Scorsese, you're up.
Shiny, sleeping.
Not a liar. I just keep it personal and not private. You know, keep it personal and private. That's what I do. No liar here. But anyway, man, who was that last call?
Yo, you want to stop juggling your mic so we can hear you properly? Sound like you got your mic inside your scarf.
That wasn't me. That was me.
Let's freestyle. Let's freestyle with Scorsese, because sometimes you come like just already planned out what you want to talk about. So let's talk about these new criteria that we made for you know, the what did we call it, Ness? I know we had
system.
Yeah, the rating system.
Let him get his call first, and then we freestyle with him. Let him get his call.
Adonis, when I talk about that, I won't miss it. Don't miss. I don't know what you're talking about. Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman ain't got shit on Superman. All right, so you don't go to Wonder Woman. Superman, you see the left hand land from 40 years old, and he could throw the left hand with timing from 259 in the first round. That's crazy. People talking about he gonna get old quick. What are y'all talking about, man? Power the last thing to go. Timing. What? I mean, can I ask you a question? Say, Is he worth the risk of getting in the ring with? Is he really worth the risk?
For who though? Is that like you asking that to Kovalev, Andre Ward? Who you asking that to?
Matter of fact, let's say this: if you walk in the gym and you see Andre Ward doing 20, Andre Ward and Fonfara spar, I doubt he ever dropped Fonfara in sparring. But Stevenson just knocked him out and damn near took his career from him in 2 rounds. So like, who would y'all rather fight as a human being? Who would y'all rather fight, Adonis or Ward? Because I need Ward. I'm gonna fight Ward all day. I'm not fighting that lunatic with that left hand. Nobody agree on that?
I mean, maybe, but I won't say that for Ward or Kovalev. You're saying Fonfara is equivalent to these guys that are fighting different.
No, I'm saying anybody can get that work. That left hand can hurt anybody. And Adonis ain't gonna make you $10 million if you fight him. That money don't exist at light heavyweight. They trying to do it with Kovalev and Ward, and the only reason that fight is made because HBO made that fight. Say, Andre Ward, this is what you gotta do. Basically, it probably wouldn't have happened. Like, it's just not worth the risk to get in the ring with Adonis Stevenson. It's not. And that's why all these people, even though he's the lineal titleist, is relevant reasons of why people ain't getting in the ring with him. It's just simple. He done knocked out the number 1 man in 1 round. He knocked out the number 20 man in 2 rounds. Anybody can get it. That's what his resume say. That can happen to anybody, man. And people like, okay, I'm gonna wait for him to get old. I'm gonna wait for him to get old, and it's still not happening. And that's just my call, man. That's just
Joe Smith.
Situation. No, he don't want that work neither. He already turned it down. That's my call, though.
Thank you. Gold says he's straight from China.
I want to know where he's at, and I want to know why PayPal has banned him.
You know what's funny? I always believe Scorsese looks like Errol Spence.
Why do you say that?
I don't know. I just think he looks like Errol Spence. Scorsese. I wouldn't be surprised he got dreads. It looks like Timothy Bradley with dreads. I mean, what's the dude? My fault. Mekhi Phifer from 8 Mile. Nah.
No. No. Hold on. I got a soundbite for you. Hold on.
Next call.
Get it out. Damn it. Where is it?
Fight party. Live fight. DVR.
What are we DVRing?
I don't know. Scorsese name dropping these fighters that he put down.
He's knocked out a top 20 guy. He's knocked out a top 10 guy. He can do that to Ward and Kovalev, obviously.
Listen, I'll watch a Stevenson fight. It just depends on his opponent.
Yeah. Hell yeah. I think Stevenson's a great fighter.
The opponent.
Just fight other great fighters.
True.
That's what we ask of great fighters, is to be great. Don't be mediocre.
No disrespect to Fonfara.
No disrespect to Fonfara, but he's just not great. Gotti's not great, but he's in the Hall of Fame. It's okay.
True. So Scorsese's all wrapped up. He's done.
Oh yeah, he's gone. He went.
He was quick. He's one of those in, out, drop the mic, I'm out. Boom. No, don't say anything.
Yo, so I guess we need to kick around his rating system. Do you like it? Should we elaborate a little more?
Is he the overtime topic?
Not really.
It could spill into that, but what I'm saying is it's official because Chavez, Canelo, that was fight party worthy because it was
the atmosphere.
Yeah, and the weekend, you know what I mean? Another live fight to have watched was Danny Garcia, Keith Thurman, which had borderline fight worthy to me.
No, that was hell yeah. Danny Garcia, Keith Thurman, hell yeah, that was fight worthy.
Fight worthy party.
Fight worthy fight party. Yeah, remember we did appreciation night around that.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Berto, that was a fight party itself. Berto, Sean Porter, that was watch live.
Watch live, not go live, not necessarily go live. Watch,
not go live, but not DVR. So now was Mayweather Berto a fight party?
No, that was a watch live.
Okay. Now what about Conor McGregor versus Mayweather?
That's a fight party, unfortunately.
Fight party.
How come?
Why
fight
could
party with mariachi in the motherfucker?
I'll put it this way. With Mayweather and
Irish horse, not that.
No. With Mayweather and McGregor, you cast your net out the widest that you possibly can in this sport. You literally reach everyone with that fight. Everyone that has some sort of knowledge about combat sports in any sort of facet knows Mayweather and knows McGregor. Everyone.
Yo, let's do roll call, man. We got shout out to Mixed Combat Radio. What the hell? Fern Gully Pro.
Yeah, shout out to Mixed Combat Radio. Yeah.
Gully switched his name to Pro Boxing, getting that sparring in. Yo, Fern, you should come out, man. If you can make it, you should come be part of Border Wars. We need a referee, and you never know, man. We might need another American.
Shout out Anonymous 1337.
Shout out Punch Junkie. I believe that's Neil White.
Brian Hardy.
Charlie C.
Giant Joe King.
Sean Newton is the dude that never calls in. He even does videos and everything. Hilarious. He's never called in, and if he does, he doesn't use his name. He doesn't want us to know who he is. Scary.
Cut West.
Yo, Cut West. We're going to be talking about Cut West actually on Overtime. Do not let me forget. Overtime is all about Cut West.
That sounds like a big
no, she didn't. Yes, I did.
I think it's gonna
OTK. Yeah, what do you think OTKP stands for?
I don't know, but he's a dope guy in the chat.
Overtime Kenny Porter.
Kenny Porter.
Dude, what if it is Kenny Porter?
Sean Newton.
Nah, it's not. I seen Ken the other day. Well, not the other day, but the last time I seen him. And he was like, yo, why they always think that that's me in your chat? I'm like, so you still listening.
Houston.
Charlie C. Igloo.
Sean
Newton.
Giant Joe. He said, let me see if I can find Giant Joe's comment about Berto Porter. He said Berto Mayweather was never see it. That was the rating system. Never see it.
Damn.
That's
Yo, Kaz got that training day laugh. Yo, hilarious.
Hugo Silo. Is that how you say his name? Silo?
The white, I don't know. You're asking me?
I think, shout out to Hugo. I think Hugo signed up for Patreon the other day.
Congratulations. We got to have like gunshots for them. I mean, like good ones, you know, like New Year celebration. Like,
not like Matt's fucking presidential George Bush ass fireworks.
Dude, you love that shit. You
Yeah,
love
for
it.
some reason your fireworks cut in and out too, right? Is it me or are you hearing it perfect?
I heard them, but it did cut off. So when you said that, so I couldn't understand.
There you go. See, so weird.
Yeah, but
anybody else we need to shout out?
Nah, they kind of quiet.
All right. So then you know what time it is.
Oh,
wrap it up time. It was a slow week, man. So not a lot of topics, nothing sexy. All the casual Enriques stood in the house today. They didn't watch boxing like Enrique. He took his girl out, man. He didn't waste time. He watched the DVR in the morning.
No dedication.
In between
no hard work.
stereo and shit.
And I was you guys hit me up, man. I was all the way in the Bronx City Island ordering fish.
Damn, on that JD diet.
I don't know.
Man. Well, what else could we say? Final thoughts.
Yeah, man. Cotto's coming back.
My final thoughts are Pulev, it would serve him right to do the Earl Spence thing and wait and force his shot. But it sounds like he and his promoter know the IBF are going to give that exemption to Joshua if the Klitschko fight does happen. Adonis needs to fight one of the other four horsemen, and that happens to be Kovalev, Ward, or Joe Smith. Cotto needs to fight. I think the biggest, safest fight is Brook. He's damaged goods at this point, and Cotto or Brook himself actually would have to prove that he's not. So that's kind of a big name for Cotto, right? It's a triple G common opponent. Now you got this new red hot star in Earl Spence that beat Brook. So it would serve Cotto right, I think, and that's big. Garcia, Broner, biggity big. You'll be hearing a lot about this one from us. My final thoughts on that one is I'm happy about it. My name is Nestor Gibbs. Find me on Instagram and Twitter at NestGTO. Join me immediately after this show in about 3 minutes on Patreon for the Boxing Voice Overtime episode 4.
Nice. Yo, so my name is Enrique Church. Follow me on Twitter, TBV_casual_fan. Instagram, my name is @FightTalk. I also have a Patreon. It is called The Boxing Fan Apparel. Follow that. I got some free content on there just for you to understand what it's all about before you start to pay. Tune in, right? Boxing Fan Apparel, that is. And my final thoughts on the show. Mikey Garcia, I'm excited about that because I know Adrien Broner is going to keep throwing wood into that fire. The promotion will keep rolling until the night, and that's a big buildup. And I still believe that it's a hard fight for Mikey Garcia. I can't wait to see what Mikey Garcia does in front of Adrien Broner. He may just like whitewash him, you know what I'm saying? But who knows? Who knows? I'm assuming that the best Adrien Broner that we ever saw is coming in that night. Miguel Cotto, I hope and I want, and I'm going to assume that he is the War Cotto that people hashtag. And in December, who cares who it is, as long as it's one of those marquee names. Nestor said Kell Brooks will be the big name because who's going to prove that they are the one to still stand and fight another night, a fight party night, that is. And again, go follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Patreon. Let's take it to Matt.
I'm Matt the Hipster. You can find me at Mixed Combat News on Twitter, Matt Hunter TBV on Instagram. Mixed Combat Radio is my MMA podcast. You can find that on Patreon, SoundCloud, YouTube, iTunes, etc. Final thoughts. IBF, I know you're listening to the show. If you strip Anthony Joshua, you're going to be in a world of trouble. Not just from me and the media, but from the fans. So think twice about doing that. Mikey Garcia versus Adrien Broner. I love the fight completely. I love all the storylines around it. The good, the bad, the ugly, all of it. I think it epitomizes what we love about the sport. Deontay Wilder, refuting some rumors. I like it. I just love Deontay Wilder's overall attitude recently. To me, he's definitely coming into his own, becoming more of a character in the sport. I think that's a good thing. What are some other topics? Miguel Cotto with Oscar De La Hoya. I have no idea what's going to happen with Miguel Cotto, but it's Miguel Cotto. He's a star. He's a Hall of Famer, one of the best Puerto Rican boxers of all time. He deserves respect. Hopefully, he takes a harder fight than Kamagai in December. Those are my final thoughts. Peace. And remember, TBV Overtime on patreon.com/The Boxing Voice, where we talk about pretty much everything. We out of here.
Peace.